What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Project Zomboid. My name is Splattercat, and I'm happy to have you here today. So we hang out for a little while. We're just reorganizing. That's pretty much it. I've been doing my best to move everything from this location back to the other location. It's slow going, though. Like, there is a lot of stuff that we have to get done. And so along the way, I keep getting hung up on little things. We should be good, though. In this episode, what did I want to do today? Well, I wanted to get some of our barrels completed. There are some definite tasks that I wanted to accomplish. I definitely think we should probably bring some food back with us. So let me just go through all this stuff right here. We've got a really good backup food supply right now. So I think we should be able to last quite a long time without any intervention. Is that just going to be too much? It's probably going to be a lot. Some of the cans weigh a lot more than you would think they would, especially like the corned beef and things like that. Okay, that's cool. We've got so much food that I don't really know what to do with it all, but that's a good thing. That means that it's going to give us plenty of time. Our character's bored, so let's go get in a fight real fast. That'll fix it up. There we go. Entertainment value. Nothing as entertaining as murdering your fellow ex-humans. I don't know. I guess one could argue that the apocalypse has made her into an ex-human as well. You gotta be real killy to live in this environment. I'm semi-interested to see what playing online is like, but I think I probably already know. It's probably just like DayZ and H1Z1 where everybody's murdering each other left and right anyways. That would be my estimation. That's the problem with online survival games. Everybody just like reverts back to like some kind of reptilian sociopathic thing the moment they get online. It's just like, well, I could do things that are productive, or I could torture my fellow human beings by ruining their day. I don't know what it is, because I do the same thing. I'm not trying to act holier than thou right now. I do the exact same thing. When I get up in a game and it's online for some reason, I am just like, well, I could just take his stuff. I think that's the problem, is that like human beings become walking loot receptacles when you're in that situation. And so you're just like, well, I could gather stuff on my own, or I could just take his. It'd be easier. Yeah, mushroom soup, gross. Not a big fan of the cream of mushroom. Does not do anything for me. Everything else that's in here is going to be, let's relegate it all to this cabinet. Should be good. I don't think I closed the door while we wait. Was that everything? Somehow I feel like you didn't put everything in there. There you go. That's looking pretty good. Well done, sir, madam, whatever. Alright, so now that that's all in there, I don't want to put the water bottle in there. Oh, good, I closed that door. I was a little worried that I didn't. Oh, we're still gathering some water. I wonder if it has to do with the rainfall, too. Like, it's just, like, pressurizing. I mean, it definitely depends on the water system that you have in your area, too. In some areas, the water pressure is provided by the aquifer. And so if that was the case, the water technically can't go off over there because it doesn't rely on a pump or anything like that. Like, it would just keep working if you've got, like, an artesian well or something like that. Alternatively, if you live, like, in a lowland area or something like that where there's no aquifers around with, like, significant pressures on them to force the water out, you probably have to have it pumped, which can be an issue. It can be an issue. Water doesn't like to get pumped. It does enjoy fitness videos, but the getting pumped part, it's never on board for. Let's see here. We got that covered. I think we got that all nice and cleared out. The rest of the stuff that I wanted, a bottle of mayonnaise. Ugh. A rotten bottle of mayonnaise. That's gross. Okay. So we got a lot more cans of food over here. I don't think we're actually going to be able to carry that much out. I wish that we could, but we can't, so we'll see what happens here. Sounds like the world is ending outside. Like Independence Day. Like 500 police cars just went by. Not out of the ordinary. Not out of the ordinary. Probably somebody just acting a fool. The other thing is that all of the rescue services are connected to each other, too. And so you end up with a lot of cars going to the same place. That egg, it's not fresh, but it's not rotten either. We have no way to cook it, but I'll bring it with me. Instant popcorn. Hell yeah. I love popcorn. I love popcorn. Popcorn's amazing. I had popcorn just the other night. I ate an entire bag by myself. I was like, popcorn is delicious with the extra butter. It's all good and delicious, and then you don't burn it. Although the funny thing about popcorn is that you've always got to figure out the perfect sweet spot. Every microwave is different. Like they talk about how our fingerprints are like, you know, part of the majesty of nature. What's really the majesty of nature to me is that we've created a machine where none of us can predict what that machine is going to do to a packet of popcorn ever. Like 50 different microwaves all require a different perfect number of seconds to get the popcorn like perfect without like burning it or destroying it or anything else. How are things going over here? I'm suspicious that this is going to take a really long time on this side. That's what I think, but I don't know. It might. Let's take the chocolate. We'll throw that in there. Chocolate, chocolate. Doesn't matter how much you have, just as long as it's good. We live next to Ghirardelli over where I live, and Ghirardelli's amazing. If you've never had Ghirardelli chocolate, it's considered to be some of the better American chocolate on the West Coast. I mean, you can't go wrong with Ghirardelli. I guess, I don't know if it's Girardelli or Ghirardelli. I don't know if the G is hard or soft. Either way, they make delicious chocolate. Like the ones that they make, oh, my favorites. So let's talk about this. I'm going to get myself salivating now. I like the ones that they make that have the raspberry filling. It's dark chocolate, but it has the raspberry filling in it. I like the ones where it's got the dark chocolate, it's got the mint filling in it. My absolute favorite, and I can't get it year-round, it's so upsetting, is the peppermint bark that they make. Oh my God, their peppermint bark, it only shows up around Christmas, and I buy so much of it because once it's gone, it's so creamy and it's so good. It's like, it's not even real peppermint bark, I guess, because the bark is not on, it doesn't have the peppermint on top. It's more like kind of a confection, I guess, like a milk chocolate, white chocolate with a little bit of peppermint chunks mixed in confection, and frankly, I would go to war over that. Like, if the factory shut down, I'd be like, I will donate any amount of money. I'm going to do a charity Twitch stream right now to make sure that you continue producing that chocolate because it's the greatest thing ever. I love it. It's fantastic. You have a lot of weird stuff out here, though. Everything's artisanal out here near San Francisco nowadays. Like, they just slap artisanal on the front of everything to make it sell for $10 a pop. And what artisanal, anytime you hear the word artisanal, you should in your head automatically think, I have no idea what I'm doing. Because, like, most of the guys that are doing quote-unquote artisanal stuff have, like, no professional training whatsoever. They've never gone to culinary school. They've never done any of that. They just kind of, like, looked on Google and figured out how to do it that way. And then they're just like, whatever. And they just, like, go for it. And then eventually they end up running, like, a big-ass company because people see artisanal and they're like, oh, it must be good if it says artisanal. And that's how the economy works in areas with a lot of hipsters. You don't necessarily have to make a good product. You just have to make a thing that, like, hipsters think is awesome. I don't think I can carry this much water back with me. I think this is probably going to cause some strain. We got some of it filled up. I'm glad that we got at least this done because that should keep us covered into the future. Ooh, we have a junk drawer too with some more stuff. Okay. A little bit of dog food in case we get really, really hungry. Although in reality, they find that all the time with old people here in the United States. Where like old people, they tend to live on like a fixed income and they don't work. They live off Social Security or whatever. The problem is that Social Security, it's a stipend. That's all it is. It's like money the government gives you for being like productive during the course of your life or something. I don't really know what it is. Either way, all I know is that I won't get it because of my age. The baby boomers are going to drain it all out, and then my generation's not going to get it. So anyways, whatever. Not a big deal. I don't mind. I'm good with working for my own personal wage. Whatever. I save money, all that stuff. However, they find the point of all this is that they find old people all the time like eating dog food and stuff because they don't have the money to buy real food. It's pretty horrific. I assume at some point we'll put some system in place to like make that not happen so that it's not all backwards and third world, but whatever, we'll figure it out. You just take a little while. The problem is that nobody gets along here, and so nobody can agree on anything in the United States. I think that's the way it is everywhere. Like every country ever is like divided along party lines and things like that, and people just sit around arguing all day instead of actually doing good things. I think if people could keep their eye on the prize of doing the best they can for everybody and really, really focus, because I don't think politicians even care about that kind of shit. They worry, oh man, my tuna. No! The apocalypse was probably going pretty well for tuna. I'd be pretty stoked if I was a tuna and like humanity went extinct. I'd be like, oh right, finally, we can get back to breeding and just being all tuna-ish. I want that tuna back. But anyways, I always felt like the goal of a politician should be to enrich society and do what is best and what produces the most. You got to be pragmatic. What produces the most benefit for the least amount of input? Like that should, in my opinion, that should always be the mentality of anybody that works in public office. What's the minimum that you can put in to get out the maximum benefit for everybody? Unfortunately, the entire political system, as it has been for 2,000 years, appears to be just a very elaborate cash grab. And as you get older, you start to realize that and just be like, well, damn. They're like vested powerful interests that are just in place to stop the status quo from ever changing. Because they have too much on the line for it to ever shift. So after a couple days, how many days have we survived right now? That got a little bit dark. I don't think anybody wants to talk about that right now. We can get a sprinting level, which is pretty cool. Yeah, let's get a sprinting level. I don't know if that makes me faster. I don't feel faster. Maybe I should have sprinted while clicking on it to see if there was a tangible difference. We've only been alive for a month. Oh my god, it feels like we've been alive for so much longer. It really, really does. Okay, well, 25 days. I mean, we still got stuff to do. We're still on the front half of the episode. Yeah, let's get rid of our internal, like, boredom timer right now. If we can clear that out real fast by clearing off a zombie and just making sure it stays out of the neighborhood, that's fine by me. Nothing on that zombie right there. They have nerfed the loot that you get off zombies pretty considerably, too. Used to get, like, I would say almost every other zombie used to provide something of tangible benefit back in the day. Now it feels like just nothing works. Nothing in the garage right there. We don't have a sledge, which makes me a little bit sad. I wish we had a sledgehammer. If we had a sledgehammer, I think we could accomplish a few more things that we can't quite do right now. I think we got everything out of there. Now's the time to start looking at this stuff. I don't know how much water we can get into our backpack before we run out of space. I think the buckets and the pots are going to be really sort of the limiting reagent right now, or at least the limiting actor that keeps us from accomplishing good things. So there's the kettle right there. We'll get the other stuff on the next run. And that should be about it. I'm not too worried about bringing other stuff over until we actually need it. I just want to get some stuff done. And so as we ferry things back and forth, there are some trees chopped down. I think what I'll probably do is I'll focus on these ones right here along the edge of my property. It provides a real nice visual range. Actually, I don't know if it's a better idea to plant trees all around this so it's nice and thick so zombies can't see in and then destroy the trees that are out front or something. I don't know. It all seems like it's got equal benefits and equal downsides. So got the water drawer right here. Let's take all of you. And into the water drawer you go. Alright, it's going to take a while for that to get done. Let's get back out here and let's start playing around with some of the carpentry. So the first thing that we need to do in order to do carpentry, in order to do proper work here, is put all this stuff in my junk drawer. So, junk drawer, where are you at? You can be the junk drawer. Sure, why not? I don't know what the sugar's for. I assume it's just for like random baking tasks and things like that. I don't know if you can make a beehive oven or what we're going to do to cook our food, but we need to get on top of that too. I know you can make a barbecue in other games and things of that nature. I don't know what you can do here. I'll have to look up some recipes in between episodes. But for now, wood chopping is what I am interested in. So let's make ourselves a wood pile. We want to be careful about the destruction of our axe while we go through this. I want to watch the durability very, very carefully. It is going down. Not a whole lot, but maybe they're considering the fact that it's dulled out. I would love to see some kind of sharpening utensil added to the game. That would be super great. I think we have... I don't think... There we go. I'll get you done right there. I'll probably put a door in. Is this fence hoppable, though? See, I wish this fence was a little higher. Either way, nothing to worry about there. Let's throw some logs in a backpack. It looks like we can only move a couple logs at a time just because they're so heavy. I do recall having a problem with this the last time I played too. Let's make our log pile over here. And just pile everything up right there. This is going to take a little bit, but I do recall having this problem the last time that I played. I think that maybe throwing them in there is the better... How overweight am I going to get right now? Threatened back injury. You're only carrying 2 logs, though. It's not that bad. I'd be more worried about spiders than pulling my back carrying logs. Maybe we're bad at chopping, though. Maybe that's the other half, is that we chop off big... I used to chop wood to work out. That was actually a big workout I used to do. It worked fantastically. I used to go for a run, and then to do upper body, I would come back and chop wood for a while. The only problem with that is that it isolates very few muscle groups, and so your arms do get pretty toned, but unless you're chopping in different directions all day, every day, you kind of... I don't know. Your shoulders get kind of broad. You get some decent like forearm action going on, and then you'll get like some minor inner bicep work going on, but I don't know. I started doing just like all around. Actually, the best thing that I've ever found for just working your arms all around and getting everything is a pull-up bar. A pull-up bar is fantastic. You can get biceps, inner biceps, outer biceps. You can get the tris. You can get your forearms. You can get everything on that thing by just changing your hand positions in different directions. Works out really fantastically. We'll drop this over here. So if you're interested in toning arms and stuff like that, I highly, 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 highly recommend a pull-up bar. It has done wonders for me. And then maybe combine that with some push-ups every day and you'll be good. I have a sneeze coming on. I'm trying to fight it right now. I've plugged my nose and I'm working so hard to fight it, but I don't know if it's going to stick or not. It didn't stick. I sneezed, but I'm going to edit it out. Don't worry about it. You won't hear the sneeze. It's there, though. Believe me, it was there, ethereally. Let's eat some chips for right now. I'm so glad we're getting a lot of rain. I think the first thing that we want to accomplish is the creation of a water barrel. I don't know what that recipe looks like, but I can actually draw it up. I play with dual screen, so, you know, I play with dual screen, so I'm all good right now. I can actually take a look and see. It looks like the Project Zomboid wiki is a little bit heavy right now, like We can use a saw to make planks, and then we got wall pieces. I'm not interested in walls right now. I'm not going to, like, fret about that. Instead, we need a rain collector. Oh, you need garbage bags. Ah, okay. So we have problems right now. I think that creating a barrel is actually a pretty difficult experience. I'd be impressed if somebody could pull it off. That used to be like a thing you trained your entire life to do, and in fact, certain barrels are definitely better than others. I only know this because I live in wine country, and so I've heard people talk about it before. But like creating barrels, if you are really, really good, what's the word for somebody that creates barrels? It's a... Oh, that sucks. I know I should know this right now. It's not a carpenter. It's another word. My brain is going to cobbler, but I know for a fact that's not it. It is... You know how, like, whenever you're trying to think of... I don't know what's going on with our zombies right now. It's, like, bugging the game out every time we kill a zombie, and I don't know why. Let's go ahead and have a look around. We'll see what extra stuff we can find in some of these houses. I don't know if I've been in all these. Oh, good. Well, that's going to pull down a little bit of heat. But I think we should be alright, because in this neighborhood... Maybe I should avoid scavenging in neighborhoods where... Yeah, I don't know what's going on right there. That's a pretty major bug. I may try to reset my game real fast after we finish this episode. For right now, I'm not going to make a cut to do it. I'll figure it out in a little bit, but that's actually kind of lame and obnoxious. That's going to draw a lot of zombies up into our farming area, which is a little bit disappointing. Unfortunately, the prevalence of house alarms still remains an issue. Somehow this guy knows where I'm at. Maybe he saw me running. I don't know. Try and take him out real quick. There was that slow-mo thing again. This seems to be some kind of like rendering error or something where... See how she's going really slow right now? The animation's been slowed down. It fixes every now and again, but it happens a lot, and it tends to happen only when I'm recording. It sometimes happens when I'm playing on my own, but it tends to be like linked to Bandicam or Fraps or OBS or whatever it is that I'm working on at the moment. Gotta watch out for Zeds in here. This actually has kind of like a mobile home vibe going on. Water bottle right there. What I'm trying to scavenge out right now is trash bags, so eyes up for trash bags. We'll also watch out for any of our zombie here. Let me open that window for you. And there's the one-shotting. Instead, that's farming for intermediates. Can of soup, sure. I'll bring you along. Kitchen knife is not super useful to me. What do we got in here? Bath towels. Not interested in those either. I mean, I need trash bags right now. I don't know if we could find those in dumpsters or where else we could actually lock those down. I'm sure there are some locations that make those much more common than others. We got a duffel right there. See if I can get this zombie's attention real quick. There it is. And so another one bites the dust. How are we doing on edged weapons right now? How are we doing on edged weapons? Not too badly. I think it goes every single zombie you kill gives you a little bonus, and then you want to have like multipliers or something if you're like a lumberjack or whatever. There we go. I knew there was probably one in there. I like to be very careful about it because you never know. Seeing as we already lost a character that way in the first couple episodes, not feeling super stoked about the prospects of losing everything again just because like I was diddling around and not paying attention. Got books in there. Still looks like we're not having much luck though. Oh, hey, I'll take the 10 9mm rounds. I almost said the 10mm rounds because I'm in like a Fallout mode, but I don't know. Maybe we need trash cans or dumpsters or something. I don't know where the best location to get trash bags out of are, and I don't know how well... It looks like we've been here already, but on the plus side, I don't take trash bags, so it might be worth swooping through all these one more time just to have a look. Rolling pins, we got bleach, dog food. I'll take that just in case our time of need comes along. Fill the water bottle up from right there. Drink my fill, so I don't have to worry about it. Leave bath towels in there. This neighborhood should be pretty much picked through. Got brick toys on that side. Out we go on this end. Let's continue to work the neighborhood. We'll find trash bags eventually. I think trash cans, dumpsters, and things like that are our best plan. What's over here? Is there still a fence over there? Here, jump that fence with your super slow animations. It'll be fine. Okay, so down this way. don't know how much of this I've hit so far. But really, if we could find dumpsters, if we could find anything, it'd make our lives a lot easier. Listen for the sound of zombies sneaking up on us from behind because I wasn't necessarily so stealthy running up into this location. So we got a couple things in here. We got some whiskey if you wanted to get that. Should allow us to make a Molotov cocktail if you're interested in that sort of thing. It'd be fun. Got some dry ramen noodles right there. Those will last forever if you give them the chance to. Bathroom, got a bottle of disinfectant. Pillow right there. I'm going to go out back and check on it real fast. I don't know if you can drag barbecues, but I'd like to bring a barbecue back with me too. I don't know if you need charcoal in order for this to work, or if it functions all by its lonesome, like what fuel you can use on it. But can you pick this up? It looks like you can't carry a barbecue. That is disappointing because that would be like a really, really major thing for us. Well, I'm not prepared for like a cross-country excursion right now. So if I was to pack up some food and go back into town, I do know locations where I could get a bunch of trash bags and things from. But town would be the closest place that I would know to do it, aside from just checking random dumpsters around here. I don't know. We've been digging through the garbage now for a while. I'm hoping we'll come across something at some point. Oh, I've never been here before. I was going to say, please tell me this is open. We've also got garages that we could check in on. I think that's another good plan. I keep my trash bags under the sink, so... Wow, that took a lot. That was hardly effective. We have going on in here. Smack that thing open. We got time. Let's do it. In we go. And hopefully, having bought ourselves, we've got glue. I'll take that. Glue sounds nice, as does the fishing tackle. That slowed animation speed is driving me nuts. Get rid of you, Pally old boy. I prefer my neighborhoods to be a little bit cleaned up, although our axe is suffering some durability damage here. Alright, there's another one. The ridiculously, horribly buggy things that are happening to our map right now. Another one bites the dust. I'm going to continue to do this because we have enough axes and repair supplies to really level up Edged. And if we can get Edge nice and taken care of, I think we'd be looking solid. There goes another Zed right there. Got pearl necklace. Let's keep checking garages. I'm just going to break the windows out because it's easier. There it is. No. That was like a slow-mo of my own ass whipping. Yeah, I don't know what's happened to the animation right now, but I'm thinking I should reset the game. There's some weird shit happening, and it's being odd. Let me do that. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Project Zomboid, where you and I have been taking a look around trying to find ourselves a garbage bag or anything of the sort, because we can't really accomplish much else until we get it. So, once I find one, I'll be sure to let you know, and then we'll come back and do the next episode. But for right now, I bid you all a fond and fair hi-do.